य एवं वेत्ति पुरुषं प्रकृतिं च गुणैः सह सर्वथा वर्तमानो अपि न स भूयो अभिजायते. Hello friends, this is the 23rd Shlok of the 13th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and today we will understand this Shlok in detail. So let's first go over its meaning. So the Shlok says, Ya evam vetti purusham, which means whoever knows the Purusha, Prakritim cha gune saha, which means with the Prakriti and the qualities together. Sarvatha vartamano api, which means being in any way in the present, nasa bhuyo abhijayate, which means does not take birth. So Sri Krishna over here has said that when a person realizes that he is not the body but he is the Purusha who experiences the body as part of the Prakriti with its three qualities, then no matter what the current situation of that person is not bound by nature and therefore is not reborn. So basically what Sri Krishna is saying is that this knowledge of Purusha and Prakriti is the one which liberates a person. So in this life a person acts according to his situation, and situation can vary and can be good or bad. So basically what this means is that a person might be forced to do both good actions and bad actions. But the thing is that if a person is identified with his ego, and if he is working with a thinking that he is the one who is the doer, then only these actions will bind him. If the person is not identified with the ego and he knows that he is the Purusha who is free from nature, then even bad deeds will not bind him. So to understand this, we first have to understand that all types of actions which are performed while being identified with the ego leads to bondage. It could be good action or it could be bad action. Both actions will lead to bondage. So as an example, consider the very common example of eating. Now we know that if you eat nutritious food, then that is a good action, while if you eat unhealthy food, then that is a bad action. So the good actions leads to good results. So if you eat nutritious food, then your body becomes strong. So that's the good result. If you eat bad food, then your body becomes weak. So that is the bad result of your action. But in both these actions, if the action is performed while being identified with the body, both these actions will lead to bondage. Even the good action will lead to bondage. Maybe you eat good food because you want to look good, or maybe you want to eat good food because you want to save your expenses in becoming sick. So you are doing it for your own self-interest. So in the first case where you are doing it to look good, then it will lead to vanity in you, or it will lead to pride in you, which will bind you. If you are eating it so that you can save money, then you are doing it for money, you are doing it for your creating your wealth or preserving your wealth. So again that will bind you. So whenever an action is performed, even if it's a good action, if it is performed while being identified with the ego or for the purpose of the self, then it will bind you. While if an action is performed without being identified with the self, then even a bad action will not bind you. So if you even ate bad food, but you ate it not for your own self sake, but you maybe ate it to demonstrate to others that you know how bad its effect can be and things like that, then this will be an unselfish action, and it will make you more and more selfless. Even if it's a bad action, it will still make you more selfless, and as it will make you more selfless, you will become more and more free. So that is what we have to understand. Now whatever one identifies with, that is what that person becomes. So if you perform your action while being identified with your tiny ego, then that tiny ego is what you will become. If you on the other hand perform your actions while being identified with the Param Purusha, who is the Lord of this entire universe, then that is what you will become. So the example is of Lord Shiv. Lord Shiv, he drank all the poison that came out of the churning, and that was basically all the poison of this universe. And even when he consumed all of that, that is really bad food, but it didn't have any effect on him. Why? Because he is Lord Shiv. He is not tiny ego. If tiny ego drank that much poison, it will be dead. but he is Lord Shiv. He can drink whatever he wants. His actions are based on being identified with the Param Purush. So, if you are identified with the Param Purush and you are performing an action, no matter how bad that action is, it will not bind you at all. That is what you have to understand. So that was the message of this shlok. I hope that I have explained this shlok well to you. With that, I'll close this video. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.